So from the correction of errors in 2016, you have couple of questions. I'll give you like maybe 2-3 minutes. You try the questions. You try it first. I'll give you a few minutes. Then I'll give you the explanation. When I'm giving the explanation, you can check whether your answer is correct or not. Start it. Okay. So let's do the 2016, then we'll move to the 2017. Following is a journal entry relevant to a rectifying of an error. So in order to correct an error only, they have posted this entry. They are asking what can be the error. So what's the entry they have posted? Debited the office equipment account, credited the office expense account. So office expense is an expense account, but they have credited for that account, for the office expense. And they have debited the office equipment account. So probably what would have been the reason for this? Probably you might have purchased some office equipment. Mistakenly, you might have put it to the office expense account. So that's why the correction entry has come to the credit side to remove that expense that you posted mistakenly. To remove the expense that you posted mistakenly, that's why you are putting it to the other side. So let's see whether it is there in the answers that they have given. Debiting the office expense 40,000 into the office equipment account. Office equipment purchase for 40,000 has been omitted from the books. Office expense payment 40,000 has not been recorded. Debiting the office equipment purchase 40,000 into the expense account. That's what has happened. You purchased the office equipment, but mistakenly you have put it to the office expense account. So you removed from the office expense account, you recorded in the office equipment account. So fourth one is the correct answer. Fourth one is the correct answer. Next. They're asking us to write the journal entries to rectify the above errors. And they're asking you to prepare the suspense account. So following errors were revealed in accounting after preparing the trial balance. Paid built-in rent 2000 has been recorded in the debit side of the electricity charges account. So what has happened? You paid a built-in rent. If you pay a built-in rent, cash account will be credited. How much is the amount? 2000. 2000. And mistakenly you have debited it to the electricity charges account. You have debited it to the electricity charges account. So here what you have to understand, this is correct. This is wrong. So we have to remove that 2000. Remove. Then credit the electricity charges account 2000. It's a building rent paid. So you have to put it to the correct account. What's the correct account? Building rent account 2000. Remove from this 2000. Write it to the correct account. So debit the building rent account 2000. So that's the journal entry for the first one. Now let's move to the second one. The balance of sales 45,000 has been recorded in the trial balance as 54,000. So this is a mistake which has happened in the trial balance. So you have a sales of 45. You have recorded it as 54. Yeah. You have recorded the sales as 54. Then from here, You have to remove 9. So remove 9 means debit 9,000. With the trial balance, you have to go to the debit side. 9,000. Then for the ideal, we won't put like that to the trial balance and just saying. So here, if it is 9,000 getting to the trial balance debit side, other entry should go to the suspense account because mistake which has happened in the trial balance and mistake which has happened in the trial balance. So how to correct it? Very simple. Remove 9,000 from sales in the trial balance. So that's the first thing that we have to do. Remove 9,000. So removing 9,000 means it should reduce the sales. Debit. In the credit entry will go to the suspense account. Suspense account 9,000. But what you have to understand, when we are writing the journal entries, you can't write like this. It is wrong. If a mistake has happened only in the trial balance, if a mistake has happened in the trial balance, only suspense entry should be posted to remove the amount. To make a vitrai done, you have to post only this. You have to post only this entry. So you can't do these corrections if you can't remember the theories that we have studied. So I told you. Before attending, you got to revise and come. Because we are doing past papers, not the theory. No? It's theory. I'll be explaining it and here we are doing the past papers. Then what's the correction entry? Only credit suspense account 9,000. That's the only entry you have to post. So this is the answer for the first one. This is the answer for the second. And next they are asking us to prepare the suspense account. Suspense account. You look at the trial balance, which side you have the suspense, debit side. So you also have to write it to the debit side of the suspense. In the trial balance, if you have in the debit side, you have to write it to the debit side. In the trial balance, if you have in the credit side, you have to write it to the credit side. 9,000 from trial balance. So here, this one, first one is nothing is going to the suspense. Second one, credit the suspense 9,000. Credit the suspense 9,000. Sales in trial balance. So suspense account is getting closed for 9,000. Suspense account is getting close to 9,000. That's it. So if you are done with that, you can start doing the questions from 2017. There are 4 questions. I'll give you maybe 4 minutes. Quickly try the 4 questions. Quickly try. I'll give you 4 minutes. Okay. So now let's discuss because of the oops scenario is not given. No. Shoot. So we will skip that part. We'll get into the paper today. Write two situations where accounting errors may occur. So we learn accounting errors may occur in these kind of situations. What are the situations? Accounting errors may occur. First one, when recording transactions in the prime entry books. When recording in prime entry books. Prime entry books. Second one, when recording after prime entry books, we will prepare the after prime entry books, we will prepare the ledger accounts. So you can make mistakes when you are preparing the ledger accounts. When recording in ledger accounts. After you prepare the ledger accounts, you can make mistakes when you are balancing the ledger. When balancing the ledger. After you balance the ledger accounts, you will prepare the trial balance. So mistakes can happen when you are preparing the trial balance. When preparing the trial balance. So here I gave you four situations. Four situations where the mistakes can happen. Mistakes or errors can happen in accounting. Okay. Next, what are they asking? Following are certain errors occurred in accounting. They're asking us to separate the items do not affect the agreement of the trial balance. That means not affecting the agreement means no suspense. No suspense. Affecting the agreement of the trial balance means having a suspense. Have suspense. So let's see each and every item one by one. A. Credit sale 4,500 has been recorded in the sales journal as 5,400. So here in the sales journal, 4,500, you have recorded it as 5,400. You have recorded it as 5,400 in the sales journal. So the sales journal total is 5,400. Based on this, you have prepared the P accounts also. Debtor account, debit 5,400. Sales account, credit 5,400. Then what you have to understand is both the values are wrong. Because both the values should be how much? 4,500. So from both the accounts, you have to remove 900. From both the accounts, you have to remove 900. Then debit the sales account 900. Credit the debtor account 900. So that is the A. Now let's move to B. paid rate 1200 has been recorded only in the cash account. The cash account is recorded. Rate account not recorded. So if it is not recorded in the rate account, record it. Debit the rate account 1200, and we don't have place to credit because cash account already credited. If we don't have a place to record, we will record it to the suspense account. Credit the suspense account because cash account is already recorded. Cash account already recorded. Dala. The cash account is already recorded. They have to credit. Since you don't have a place to credit, we will credit to the suspense account. That is the B. Now let's see the C. The balance of electricity charges 8,000 has not been extracted to the trial balance. Not taken to the trial balance, electricity charges. Then take it to the trial balance. Record in the debit side of trial balance. So debit side means to the trial balance, other part will go to the suspense. Credit the suspense account. How much is that? 8,000. But this is the only journal entry that we have to write down. If they ask the journal, they are not asking. I'm just telling you. D. Purchase invoice 6,000 has been completely omitted. So completely missed means simply recording. Debit the purchase account. Credit the creditor account. What's the value? 6,000. 6,000. Next one. Paid insurance 2,500 has been debited to the rate account. So you have debited to the rate account line. Then how to correct it? Remove from the rate account, put it to the electricity account. Electricity insurance. Remove from the rate account, put it to the electricity account. So debit the electricity account, credit the rate account. What's the value? 2,500. So they are not asking these journal entries. I am just writing for your learning purpose, understanding purpose. Discount of 1,300 has been recorded as 3,100 in the debtors account. So what has happened? You have given some discount. So when you give discount, what's the double entry? Debit the discount allowed account. Credit the debtor account. The discount allowed is how much? 1,300. 1,300. For the debtor account, you have written it as 3,100. Mistaken. The debtor account, you have mistakenly written it as 3,100. So here what you have to understand, discount allowed is correct. This is wrong. Why it is wrong? Extra 1,800 recorded there. Extra 1,800 recorded. So remove that 1,800. Debit, debtor account 1,800. We don't have a place to credit. If you don't have a place, we will put it to the suspense. Suspense account 1,800. So what are the items going to the suspense? This is having a suspense. B is having a suspense. C is having a suspense. And F is having a suspense. No suspense. A does not have a suspense. And what else? B does not have a suspense. E does not have a suspense. So they are asking you to write only two true. Two. Do not, no suspense. No suspense. We have A, D, E. A, D, E. Have suspense. B, C, F. B, C, F. Done. So next 2018. How many questions are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 questions are there. Again, I'll give you 4 minutes. Quickly try 2018 questions. Okay, so let's discuss 2018 questions. The total of the debit column 800,000, credit column 825. An accounting error caused this difference. So which error has led to this difference? Our credit side is bigger now. Because of the mistake, our credit side is bigger. First one, increasing the total of the discount allowed account by 25,000. Discount allowed is an expense account. So expense account total increases means debit side should be bigger, not the credit side. Increasing the total of the sales account by 25,000. Sales account is an income account. Income has increased by 25,000. So if income has increased by 25,000, sales is an income. Income is there in the credit side. Income is there in the credit side. So credit side has increased by 25,000. If the credit side has increased by 25,000, credit column will be bigger, obviously. So that's the correct answer. Question 29. The stock of 45,000 purchased by the business Sumanadasa on credit has been recorded in Sumanadasa's account as 54,000. The prime entry book to rectify the error. So nothing connected with this particular adjustment. Simply they are asking, where are we going to record the correction of error entries? The correction of error entries will be recorded in the general journal. Okay. Correction of error will be recorded in the journal. Next. Following are two incomplete journal entries kept in rectifying the accounting errors occurred in a business. First one, they are asking us to write the narration for both. So as the correction, we have debited the purchase account, credited the creditor account. So what would have happened? You have missed probably a purchase invoice. You have missed. That's why you are recording the purchase account debit, creditor account credit. So we can write, I'll write it over here. I don't have space over there. Recording omitted rupees 40,000 purchase invoice. Recording omitted rupees 40,000 purchase invoice. Second, office equipment account debit, purchase account credit. So here what might have happened? Why are you crediting the purchase account? Probably you have debited mistaken. Why you might have debited? Maybe this office purchase, office equipment purchase, you might have debited to the purchaser. So the debit that you did for the purchase account mistakenly, now you are crediting and removing it. So you can write correcting the office equipment purchase being debited to purchase how much? 20,000. Correcting office equipment purchase for rupees 20,000 being debited to purchaser. Done. Now let's move to the next one. What are they asking here? As the trial balance prepared in Sumudu's business as at 31st March 2018 was not tallied, the difference was transferred to the suspense. The following suspense account is prepared in the Sumudu's business after rectifying the accounting errors. First one, they ask in the difference in the trial balance before rectifying. So you can balance the account and take it. They ask in this balance now. 16,000. 16,000. Then how much would have been the balance? Balance would have been 9,000. Debit balance 9,000. Debit balance rupees 9,000. Next, if the total of the debit column of the trial balance prepared as at 31st March 2018 before entering the difference in the suspense account is 85,000. The total of the credit column balance. So, what you have to understand, if this is the trial balance, if this is your debit side, if this is your credit side, before writing this line which is suspense, before writing this line which is suspense, what they are telling me is, here they had a total of 85,000 it seems. Debit side. Here, before writing the value for suspense. Before writing the value for suspense, now here suspense is there. The debit side, 9,000. So before writing the value in the suspense, here you had a total of 85,000. This total was 85,000. Then how much would have been the credit side total? So very simple. If the suspense came to a value of 9,000, so this total would have been 94,000. That's right. This 94,000, only the total would have been. So the credit balance total would have been 94,000. The answer is 94,000. So with that, we are done with the 2018 paper also. So 2019, few questions are there. I'll give you maybe 5 minutes. Do the 2019. I'll give you 5 minutes. Okay, so let's discuss the questions from 2019. As the trial balance of a business was not tallied due to the effect of one accounting error, the difference of 2000 was credited to the suspects. So we have put the 2000 to the suspects. And what you have to understand, here you can do this question in different ways. This is one way of it. If this is the trial balance, debit side and the credit side, here you have credited 2000 to the suspects. That means probably what would have happened. Just say. If debit side is 100,000, credit side is only 98,000. That's why you are writing a 2000 to the credit side of the suspense. Suspense credit side. 2000. So after that it will become 100,000. But you should understand, as the result of the mistake, the debit side is bigger. As the result of the mistake, the debit side is bigger because of the mistake. So that's why 2000 came to the credit side of the suspense account. So let's see. Paid wages 2000 was not recorded in the wage account. So you have paid the wages 2000 and not recorded in the wages account. If it is not recorded in the wages account is an expense account. So debit value should be less. Now here debit value is more. So that is out. Paid electricity 2000 was recorded as 1000 in the electricity account. So if you write it as 1000 in the electricity account, the difference should be only 1000, not 2000. That is also out. Paid 4000 to creditor was not recorded. So if you pay 4000 to creditors, if it is not recorded, in the cash account also it's not there, in the credit account also it's not there, in the debit side also it's not there, in the credit side also it's not there. So that is also out. Purchase furniture 4000 recorded as 6000 in the furniture account. That's correct. Which is an asset account. Asset should be debited. You have debited 6000 instead of 4000. You have debited 2000 more. So that's why debit side is bigger by 2000. That's the correct answer. That is the correct answer. Next. Some transactions of Situm's business and how they have been recorded by newly recruited account clerk are given below. So some transactions have happened. Write in the errors occurred with the values when recording the above transactions. So we'll try to find out one by one with them. Additional capital. Cash account should be debit, capital account should be credit. Cash account debit, capital account credit. That means this transaction perfectly correct. Second, purchase on credit basis. So purchase on credit basis, what's the double entry? Purchase account should be debit and the creditor account should be credit. 2nd March. Purchase account, I can't find it. Let's look at the creditor account. In the creditor account also it's not there. So what has happened? This one completely missed. Completely omitted. Not recorded at all. So I'll write it over here. 2, 3. Credit purchase 45,000. completely omitted. Credit purchase rupees 45,000 completely omitted. Omitted means missed. Next, paying electricity 8,000. If you pay electricity, electricity account should be debit 8,000. Cash account should be credit 8,000. Let's see. Electricity are wrong. Cash account. Cash account is correct. So here what has happened? You have paid 8,000 to electricity. You have credited to both the accounts. Three paid rupees 8,000 to for electricity, credited both the accounts. Credited both the accounts. You paid rupees 8,000 for electricity, but you credited both the accounts. Next step, that is also done. Purchased furniture 12,000. Then furniture account should be debit because furniture is an uncurrent asset. In the purchase account, we are writing only the stock purchase. Main stock purchase. Main goods purchase. So here non-current asset purchase. Furniture account debit, cash account should be credit. Let's see. What has happened? We have put it to the purchase account. Debited the purchase account. Cash account correctly done. So we'll write it. 4,3 furniture purchase for rupees 12,000 has been debited to the purchase account. We can't debit it to the purchase account. So mistakenly you have debited it to the purchase account. And the next one. Sales in cash. Sales in cash. So cash account should be debit. Sales account should be credit. Sales account is not there. So what has happened? 5,3 cash sales rupees 30,000 has been recorded only in cash account. Has been recorded only in cash account. So they are asking only 2, if I am not mistaken. I wrote 4. No. Write in the errors according value when recording the above transactions. And they're asking us to correct correction entry for any 2 that we need. So I'll give the correction entry for all 4 now. I'll give the correction entry for all 4. I'll mark it as 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 1. Credit purchase completely omitted means Lamai. It is not recorded. Not recorded means recording. Then purchase account debit 45,000 Creditor account, credit 45,000. Recorded at all. For recording, simple. Second, paid rupees 8,000 for electricity credited for both the accounts. So you can't credit it to the electricity account. You have to debit it to the electricity. So 8,000 to remove the wrong credit. 8,000 is to remove the wrong credit. The electricity account, debit 8,000. So this is to remove the wrong credit. And again, other 8,000 we have to put. Electricity account, debit 8,000. This is the correct debit entry. Correct debit entry. So in total debited 16,000. We don't have place to credit. So we'll credit to the suspense account. Suspense account credit 16,000. So you are not required to write like this separately. Simply what you can do, electricity account 16,000 debit, suspense account credit 16,000, that's enough. If you write that, that's enough. Next one. Furniture purchase 12,000 has been debited to the purchase account. So remove from the purchase account, write it in the furniture account. Furniture account, debit 12,000. Remove from the purchase account. Purchase account, credit 12,000. Fourth one. Cash sale 30,000 has been recorded only in the cash account. So you have debited the cash account. You forgot to credit the sales account. Then credit the sales account. Sales account, credit 30,000. But we can't just pay it by writing one entry. Always you have to write two entries. So if we don't have place to write, we will write it to the suspense account. Suspense account, debit 30,000. So out of these four, if you write any two, you will get the full marks. Then with that, we are done with the correction of errors also. That means in grade 10, all the accounting parts are done. All the accounting parts are done. Grade 10. So now we are left out with the business studies parts. So you have the grade 10 business studies part and the grade 11. Grade 11 we studied the theory. That we started long time back and we completed the theory of just 3 units. So next the plan is to do the past papers of the business studies of the grade 10, then move into the grade 11. Then you will have the unit test sum. Make sure to check the WhatsApp group. On and off, my coordinator will send messages regarding the unit test and all. So be prepared for unit test. Be prepared. If you attempt all the unit tests and if you take the highest for all the units. Like the total finally before the O levels, the class highest. Let's see. I'll give something. That's it for the day.